underground and fought it down there, so none of us could really do anything.
Ah, yeah, they did surface around late. You managed to defeat it, even though it managed to knock out Rev's riding animal. And afterwards, you gained entry to the Oracle Chamber, where the Oracle basically told you that the King of the Giants, or the King of the Storm Giants, has disappeared, but he's not dead. And all of the other Giant Lords are trying to become the new leader. And all of this mess will only be settled if there is either a new leader or the old one is.
There was also something about us going to the place, but to do that we needed
Yes, in order to go to
a
the
conch.
court of the Storm Giants to investigate, you need a conch of teleportation. However, the Oracle cannot reveal the location of such a conch without you first bringing in a couple of relics from the burial mounds.
Side quest episode. Booyah.
Luckily, Harshnag knew all of the locations that the Oracle told you, because they are ancient giant sites which were repossessed by the local barbarian tribes. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, that guy we fought. Well, that tribe we fought.
Oh yeah.
Where did they belong?
Yes. You also found a woman in a spider sack, or a cocoon, say. And she, as well as the barbarians that you fought on the entrance, belong to the Great Worm tribe.
Well, I guess they are low on manpower. We could always go there first, yeah.
Also, somebody can do, or you can do history checks to see if you can identify which burial site belongs to which.
Well, I do assume that the Great Worm tribe lives in the Great Worm Cavern.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a given.
It's too bad we didn't keep that woman around. Might have been easier.
Oh, she did say that she has to return to the...
I read a book once, but not about this subject.
I actually think I read something about it a while ago.
Yeah, you have a passing idea of which burial mounds for which tribes. Obviously, the Great Worm Cavern is from the Great Worm tribe. From the locations of these mounds, you can discern that the ones in the northern forests belong to Black Lion and Red Tiger, respectively. The Flint Rock in the Evermoors is Elk Tribe.
Well, as long as we don't go to the Bear tribe.
Record scratch.
Well, let's see. If you want to avoid the bear tribe, you probably don't want to go to, I think it was the stone stand.
Well, that's very far away anyway. And if we only need a couple of artifacts, I guess we could just start out with the two closest.
We're going to every site.
Oh, okay. Also, are some of the barbarians known for being nice and cuddly and huggy,
Well,
rather than just murder, kill everything?
you know that usually the great worms are fairly aggressive. You already had a run-in with them.
Yeah.
You do know that the elk tribe is usually more lenient with intruders.
And the elk tribe was where?
The elk tribe was Baron as well.
Oh, all the way over there.
Yeah, the elk tribe is probably the nicest of the tribes. All of the others are either suspicious or openly hostile of foreigners.
Fun.
What about Raven Rock?
Well, the Raven Rock belongs to the Black Raven tribe.
Are they openly hostile or just suspicious?
Well, they are known for raiding caravans in the region.
Well, if we go to Mirrorbar, they might actually have some reward if we stop them from raiding again.
Well, before we set out to the Great Worm Cavern, I would like to take 10 minutes to cast Ritual Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Approaching the goats.
Yeah, the goats are still where you left them. Probably inside somewhere. I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably. We don't want goatsicles.
Yeah, you can hear the goats going, oh, so large, everything so large. Oh.
We're back.
Hi. Are we going now?
Yeah, we'll be going soon.
It's really cold.
Yeah, I know. I just really wanted to apologize for the other day. I was under a lot of stress. I didn't mean to creep you guys out.
Okay. And you can hear one of the others. What's he talking about? I don't remember. Goats don't have a good memory.
Oh, good. Well, I will give them a feedback as we're hooking them up to the cart.
Okay. Yes, so I believe you have decided to leave Harshnag behind in case somebody else wants to get to the Oracle?
Yep.
Yes, we left all of the weapons except for the Frost Giant axe inside the Oracle Chamber.
And yes, so Harshnag will move the boulder that is blocking the entrance. Also, he will ask you if you should reseal the entrance once you're...
Yes, but only open it for this specific knock. Knock, 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 knock. Knock, knock. That's a
If
joke. I
we-
don't think he can hear through the stone.
Yeah, I was just about. If you can knock through the stone, then he will do that. Otherwise, you know that there is a small entrance on the side of the mountain where the spider caves exited. Bit tricky to get to, but if you know where it is, it's. Okay, so you exit the Eye of the Allfather, and you start moving. Where did you want to go next?
Great Worm Cavern.
Okay. So with your cart, there is pretty much no way to go there directly. You will probably have to go to the foothills and around the mountains along the river.
Well, I guess we have to do that. Because I do think we need the cart when we're picking up stuff from a giant place. That's usually quite big.
Probably, yes.
Kind of sad we never bought sleigh bells.
That would have been bad for stealth.
Bad for stealth, great for whimsy.
This is true.
Oh, there is a time and a place for. Okay, so you make your way out of the mountains. Takes the better part of the day to reach the foothills.
Yeah, I'll of course be riding Rudolph.
Yes, you have a reindeer.
Derp is driving the sleigh. He keeps saying something about, I know giant foo now. No one really gets it.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, it's derp.
Yes, and after about a day's worth of travel, you decide to spend the night in the hills. And in the morning, you take breakfast and you decide to move on again. I would like to have a round of perception checks from all of you, please.
Boom. I saw a thing once, but it was not this thing.
Well, all of you are very focused on the road. Except for Lizar, who sees something in the sky. At first, he has a couple of flashbacks to, oh my god, the cloud giants found me.
There's something up there.
But as it draws nearer, it is not nearly large enough for a cloud giant fortress.
Is it
Looks
large enough
like-
for a dragon?
It looks like... no, it's definitely some sort of construct. It looks like a ship.
Ooh.
Skyboat.
That's
Yes, and it has a great big balloon attached to it.
Does anyone have a flare?
And it seems to be coming directly at you.
it's
Alarmingly
coming our way,
fast.
guys.
Well, not alarmingly, just... It's heading towards where you are. And it is getting nearer to the ground.
I think we need to be careful about this.
Yes.
Yeah, I will be pulling out my hand crossbow.
Derp pulls the cart off the road a little bit. Burr's not taking out his axe quite yet. Are there any sort of markings on the balloon that I might be able to perceive? Now that I'm aware of it.
Yeah, there are markings on the balloon. Give me a history.
Should all of us take it?
Yeah, sure.
Whoa. This is the book I read.
This is a book you read. This is a book about ancient civilizations and the modes of transportation. This seems to be very, very old.
Yeah, that's an old thing.
Ooh, a classic.
I guess.
Yeah. Very sought after with collectors. So as you monitor its movement, it proceeds to basically just land in the hills near to you, and then it just sits there.
Well, let's go see what they want.
Isn't it up in the air?
No, it landed.
Oh. I guess we will move towards it, although slowly and cautiously.
Yep. Let's try to not go crazy.
Blum and Dane, keep an eye on our cart.
Right?
I'm approaching the boat. I'm not trying to be stealthy, so my squeaker might be squeaking on every step.
Okay. So you, maybe not stealthily, but carefully approach. And as you get nearer and nearer, you can see that somebody's working very hard to lower a ramp from the boat to the floor.
Hey!
Hello.
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 How sleepy are you?
On a scale of 1 to Michael Jackson.
He's dead.
I think that was the point.
Too soon.
Nah.
Well, we were approaching.
Yes, you are approaching, and you can see that a couple of small figures is lowering a ramp to the boat.
Gnomes?
Not gnomes. Kobolds, actually.
Okay.
I will go up the ramp as soon as it touches down.
Yes, then you will meet the kobolds in the middle because they want to get off of.
Oh, well then I will awkwardly turn around.
And they see you approaching, and they say, "Ah, yes, yes! Greetings once again!"
Greetings, Fair
Oh.
Dragon Brothers.
Yes.
Were the ones that where some were killed in order to steal earrings?
Yeah, but there were no witnesses, so we're still in good standing.
Yeah. Earrings that you hardly ever use.
Alright, I forgot we even had those.
Um. Yes. Greetings once again. We have come with a mission from the master. Yes. He has been watching your progress, and he is growing tired of the slow speed of your travels.
Remind us again what he wanted us to do? Just to stop the giants?
Yes. He was looking forward to seeing you battle the giants for his amusement.
Unfortunately, we're stuck with our cart. I don't know how we'll ever go any faster. Well,
Yeah,
good
well-
day. See you later.
Walking is pretty slow, that's true.
Yes, so in his infinite wisdom, he bestowed upon you, or upon us actually, the right to offer you transportation on our ancient flying device.
I love this kobold.
So you're saying you will use that flying device to take us wherever we want to go?
That is the mission we were sent on.
That's great!
Oh, please tell me they have sailor uniforms.
Like Sailor Moon.
No, like naval.
So complete without pants.
prefer Sailor Moon.
They are
Yeah.
not schoolgirls.
They have Donald Duck outfits.
Well, at least that.
No pants. They are
Oh, no pants.
So got everything fixed. Except for them.
Yeah, we hear you.
Literally just woken up, so
So you're a native one, Michael Jackson. Never
I
mind.
also think I need a new sheet because the one I have been trying to level up all week, but whenever I try to update my level, my roll 20 crashes.
That's weird.
This- I will set up a new.
Or if you can try to just put my fighter level to 4, because whenever I do that, it's just
Well,
This is what
let's
you get when you have an overly complex character sheet.
except that this is the least complex character sheet for D&D I have ever seen. Or were you making a jab at my multi-classing?
Yes.
the
Well, fuck you too.
Now.
Oh, it's on.
well, actually, when I look at your sheet, it says cleric 1, fighter 4, and bard.
Look at my hit dice. Does it actually say 4d10?
Hang on. No, it's just 3.
Yeah, that is, so it's not working for you either, probably.
Yeah.
That's
Then I think one of my players in my Wednesday campaign had those issues, and that was fixed by going under attributes and abilities.
Heck.
Under attributes and abilities, you can manually adjust it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the tab right next to character sheet.
Well, I am going to start heading back to the cart and gonna try to figure a way to get it closer to the airship.
Hang on, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry.
So we tie the goats to the side of the airship. Nah, they can stay in the hold.
Yep.
Suddenly my eyes are super irritated, so I'm gonna flush them out real quick.
Okay.
That sounds terrible.
I fixed the HD.
Did it also update the proficiency bonus?
I'm back. Sorry.
Our proficiency bonus is supposed to be at this level.
4?
Yes. I think hadn't we had proficiency bonus for a while?
I think it just switched this level.
Huh, yeah. Okay, yeah, but it fixed it, so.
Yeah, proficiency went to 4 at level 9.
Yeah, but it hasn't updated my skills. Because my skills are still like as if they were at proficiency 3.
Oh, that sucks.
So I still think I need a new sheet and just do this over again. It shouldn't take long, considering most of the stuff in it is just it just pops in.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Axu.
We met kobolds
Cool.
in an airship.
Intriguing.
And they
No,
said
actually-
they were here for us.
I think it's a
What?
flying
If,
device.
yeah, but like kobolds are insane anyways. Why are we on an airship and how?
They're not on the airship yet. You are boarding it
Okay,
currently.
the problem is the airship. It's persistent.
Yes, they just told you they were there by the orders of their master to aid you in your travels because he's growing bored of watching you.
Yeah, and I think it was a cloud
Yes.
because it were kobolds that we'd met before.
These are the kobolds we robbed for their sending stones.
Yep.
Well, not the exact same ones, but
Yeah.
Okay.
They died. but
Okay.
it was apparently accidental. Nobody would expect us.
Okay. Why does Dane
It's
have,
more like-
have an evil twin called Electric Boogaloo?
It's more like Klav didn't give a fuck about 2 kobolds.
Because my sheet is fucked up, so I need to fill in a new one, and hopefully that fixes it.
Yes, and I decided to be very funny with the temporary name.
Very funny indeed.
Hey, it's a lot of HP. I got over 50.
That's great.
53.
50 trees? That's almost a forest.
No, I'd say that's already a forest.
It depends on how close together the trees are.
And how old they are, because if they're just knee high, that's not a forest.
It's a gnome forest. Okay.
If they're close together, then yes, I guess.
Well,
But if they're piled on top of each other and they're dead, but they're still trees, it's still a forest.
No, then it's firewood.
Oh.
that you have 50, that's almost terrible. I mean, then I'm only 30 ahead of you.
Of course. Huh. Well, but hey, this time it's just the dice being bad, because like this time I actually have a constitution. And I have some, but
Well, I have 19 constitution.
Only so far you can go on d6s.
yeah, I have a +2.
Well, I'm gonna try to get the cart as close to the airship as possible to make loading up easier.
Uh,
I don't suppose there's a deck crane.
well, they do look a bit confused about, do you really want to keep that when you have that? But
Well,
If you-
it's not that I want to load the airship with the cart itself. It's that I don't want to make like extra long trips back and forth.
oh, well, yeah, they help you load up if you desire.
I put the goats in the hold. I inform them they don't have to walk anymore.
Yes, they seem to be afraid of the kobolds. Because they look funny and they smell funny.
Ooh, I think I know what it is. My old sheet didn't update with the points, spell points system, because they changed how it works.
Oh,
Yeah. So trying to give me a class that gives me more spell points fucks it up, basically. Or something. That's the only reason I can think it, at least.
How large is the boat?
it's basically a full-sized ship.
Yes, about to say big enough to not be a boat.
With a giant balloon on top of it.
Well, I'm more thinking if it was as large as the first ship that you got in the Monday campaign, or as large as the second ship, or larger, or smaller.
Well, it's not It's not the largest ship you ever seen, but it is a properly sized ship.
Well, is the cabins for us?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well-
hang out with the goats so they don't feel too nervous around the kobolds.
I'll go claim one of the cabins.
Okay, I don't know if it was explained or not, but does the ship fit the Marauder?
You can probably find a place.
We tie it on underneath.
It might be a tad uneasy because it is an airship.
Mm.
It is large enough to accommodate all of you and your animals.
I mean, I think he trusts me by now.
Yeah, but still. I think didn't you cast fly on him one time?
Yep, with hilarious results.
Well, then he might not be that as uneasy, as if that never. But he's still, he's not a creature of the air.
No.
But at least he's on solid ground. It's okay.
Yes, if the gods wanted marauders to fly, they would have made the air out of stone.
Exactly.
I still have this funny image of it not using the ramp, but like grabbing a hold of the railings and hauling itself over it like that. Basically climbing the side of the boat.
It may well do that. The kobolds will say, "No, please don't damage the ship. It is the only one we are allowed to use."
It's also super old.
Derp will climb to the top of the balloon.
That is brave.
Seems safe.
And he will tie himself off up there.
I'm just gonna find a corner to meditate in.
Yeah, there are
Did
enough
everyone just
meditative
open the
corners.
No?
Do what?
Okay, I just apparently lost Discord voice. Yay.
Terrible.
Okay, so you all find spots for yourselves in the various cabins of the airship. And
Okay, restarting did not help.
This is starting to get to become a session with too many issues.
well, gotta have those once in a while.
Yes. At least I was like bugger as I woke up and noticed the time.
We were assuming that you were asleep, and it's okay.
It's not okay.
Well, you sleep when you must. Or when you can. So that's okay with me. Regardless, one of the kobolds will come to you and ask you where you would like to go first. Or where you would like to go, period.
To the moon.
do not believe that is possible. I guess we show them on the map.
Okay. And it will be the Great Worm Cavern, yes?
Yep.
Okay. So they have all sorts of compasses and mapping equipment, and you're not sure if they actually use how to use it, because they're fiddling with it.
Someone's
After
holding
a
a
cou-
sexton upside down.
Yeah, something like that. And after a couple of minutes, say, "Yes, we will bring you there." Then you take off.
I have the utmost faith in your abilities as navigators.
I'm telling the
You're only
goats
the
a
master pick, the
story.
most competent of us.
I mean, you did find us. That's good.
Telling the goats the story of the great warrior goat known as Sunny.
She died so many times.
Yes, she was unkillable.
She was very killable. She just always came back.
Are you really killable if you always come back?
Yes, because you're still killed.
Semantics.
Well, it depends on if the death curse is active in our timeline right now.
No, because I don't have that book. Okay, so by airship, this trip doesn't really take all that long.
Good.
And you will arrive at the Great Worm Cavern, as it is called.
Well, I guess when we arrive, we'll be a bit away from it.
Yeah. They obviously are not going to steer the ship into the cavern. They will.
Well, I'd still imagine that we'd be like at least 500-600 feet away.
Yeah, you will. You will not be right at the entrance, but you can see it, and it's not. They land on the nearest point where they.
Do we see any guards?
Well, you basically see that the cavern entrance is right, leading right into the mountain. You don't really see anybody.
Anybody.
Also, by the way, actually, have you said anything? Because we haven't heard.
I don't think he can hear us.
It's better than-
I'm gonna leave Derp with the kobolds.
Yeah, I
Is he
mean,
so strong now?
yeah, and he's at least as intelligent as those kobolds.
Okay.
Well, I guess we should be approaching. I guess I will try and sneak ahead by like, I don't know, 50 feet.
Okay.
Being a scout.
Okay, give me a stealth.
Knowing my luck, it's now I'll roll a 1.
Okay, so you sneaky, stealth forward towards the entrance of the cave. From what you can see at the cave entrance, that it is fairly large. There are large icicles hanging from the ceiling. Everything is covered in icy slipperiness, and there seems to be ledges on the sides, and on the far side there is a ridge where a slab that's possibly some sort of altar stands.
Do I see any people?
You see a couple of people, and none of them look to be. None of them appear to be equipped for combat. You mostly see older people and children.
Well, I guess I'll gesture to the rest to follow up.
Mhm.
And then I guess I'll be slowly moving into the cave, keeping an eye out for possible traps.
Yeah. So, like I said, the floor is very slippery, so you have to be extra careful not to trip. You can see that the ridges on sides are approximately 70 feet high, and on the very tips of those stand 2 totem poles. And now you can see that indeed most of the people who are there are non-combatants. They don't seem to have noticed.
I am so gonna slide down this pathway when we get the chance.
It does seem fun. Doo-dum, doo-dum.
Yes, as you approach more and more, you can see that the altar is actually shaped in the form of a surprisingly great worm.
Dun dun dun.
It's basically a miniature version of a purple worm with wings.
Well, I guess I will be moving around it and keeping an eye out for possible ambushes.
Most people you see, well, for once, they seem to be living in the caves under the ridges and top of the ridges, and they seem to be mostly preparing foods, tanning skins from animals that they've hunted, stuff like that.
Yeah, but we met some of them and they were not friendly.
Yeah, I think
That's
we
true.
killed their warriors.
Hopefully not all of them warriors.
Well, not all of them, but
That would be a pretty shitty clan if they had like what?
Well, I don't know. I think once we get by where the past the totem poles, we should probably be like, ahem, ahem.
yes, you will get to the area where the totem poles are without any problems. If you want to go beyond, then you will probably get noticed sooner.
I think the point with doing that was that they would notice us.
I don't suppose anyone has a trumpet. A
Well,
trumpet that won't bring a bunch of ghostly barbarians to us.
I mean, if you sneak up there alone, you can probably avoid being seen.
I also, yes, I do have just a regular, massive air quotes, regular, or
But
Or otherwise, I think I have bagpipes.
oh god, no.
oh yeah, somebody had those.
Oh god, no.
We're not trying to start a war.
With the Scottish.
But yeah, Lizar, seeing as you are on the very front, give me a perception, please. As you sneak up on the main area of the cavern, you can see the woman that you have rescued from the spider cocoons having what appears to be a heated discussion with another older woman. You can't quite hear what they're saying, but you recognize.
I guess I will sneak a bit closer.
That's not suspicious at all.
So I assume you want to be as close as possible to hear what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Eavesdropping.
Well, what you can make out is that she is telling the older woman that Wormblood is dead and that a couple of outsiders killed him.
Oops.
The older woman, is of the opinion that when the hunters get home, they should be sent out to find the ones who killed the chieftain. And the woman you rescued tries to dissuade her from.
How far away are my party?
Saying things like, no, they rescued me and they told me they were attacked by them and something like that. She seems more rational than the other. Well, the other ones are probably a fair bit behind you, but within visual range. Yeah.
Well, I guess I will take a step forward. Greetings, my fair lady. A pleasure to meet you here.
Okay, so
suddenly, demon.
This is annoying.
Hello.
hello.
Yay, we have both fins now. Swim,
Do
swim,
we?
swim, 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 swim.
Also, where in the room is this happening?
This is see. This is obviously on the bottom, and they are standing just about here somewhere.
Oh,
Okay.
a red dot.
Philip, you can delete the old day now, so I can rename this one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What, you don't want to be Electric Boogaloo?
And, well, as I present myself, I will wave to the rest to get closer.
Yep. I will be moving a little closer.
Yep. I will be sitting on my Marauder because it's slippery and I'm lazy. And I'm a boss.
Hey, Roll20 did not die when I did that. That is good.
Oh dear God.
Okay.
Almost dead though.
Crap.
Yeah. Okay, so you present yourself and say, "Oh, good day, my fair ladies." And the old woman turns to you and says, "Ah, intruders in the sacred Great Worm Cavern." A couple of other people turn around and gather around. Intruders,
Um,
intruders.
Well, I'll look around. Intruders? I don't see any.
And the woman that you rescued said, "No, those are the ones that rescued me from the spiders." And the old woman says, "What? Those are the ones who killed the chieftain?" And you can see she's getting pretty riled up. And most of the people gathering around don't know whether to attack you or not attack you, seeing that they have really no way to defeat you because
Well,
average people. But they
yeah,
don't seem very friendly towards you.
I do apologize that your chieftain had to die, but he and his companions did attack us aggressively and without listening to reason.
And yeah, the woman you rescued says, "Yes, you have said yourself that Wormblood is too fierce." And they have a little discussion about. And
Yeah, from
finally,
what I understood, it was because he was chasing down some woman that he had lost.
yeah, that was probably me, says the younger woman.
Oh, so you're the concubine. Well, my condolences then.
"I'm not a concubine. He sent me into the caverns and I didn't return."
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the nice woman stabbed you at this point.
Oh, anyway, what's your business here?
Well, we're on a quest.
A quest? And that brought you here?
Yes, this place is an old giant burial ground, and we have been tasked by the giant oracle to go here and obtain something.
And what is it that you need to obtain?
Well, honestly, I have no idea. I guess we'll know when we see it.
You know oracles there. Not always.
Yeah, some sort of giant artifact.
So I'm guessing it's big.
Do you have something like that in this place?
Well, there is the ancient gong. Don't know if that's what you're looking for. And she points, and you can see behind the altar is a large crescent-shaped gong.
I have a question.
Yes?
Where's Harshnag?
You left Harshnag at the Oracle.
Oh, did we? Yes, we did.
Yeah.
This is correct.
So you will have to carry those all by yourself. Which might be fun.
We have a ship that flies.
True. And well, the woman says, well, we are without the chieftain currently, so I suggest you take what you came for and leave before the hunters return. They are not as friendly or unarmed as we are.
Yeah, I do believe that's the best.
Honestly, I don't think either A or B is gonna be an issue. But if you will.
Well, I'd prefer that we didn't have to kill even more members of this tribe.
Oh no.
Especially the ones that are providing the food.
Yes.
Yeah, simply because some of them have anger issues.
Yeah. So that gong might. Are we sure it's the thing we need?
You can examine it for a bit if you want to.
While everybody's doing this, I'm gonna be repeatedly walking up the slopes to the upper platform and just sliding down them.
Okay.
So you mean perpetual motion, just walking, but you never leave the spot?
No.
Yeah, I'll just spread my wings and just do the direct path to it.
Yeah. As you pass the statue or the altar, you can hear a voice in your head.
Oh dear.
Yes? Please leave a message after the beep.
Beep.
That would imply that your head is empty.
It basically says, I sense you have been in contact with Wormblood.
That was the chieftain of the tribe? Yes, we sadly had to dispatch him.
You have done a great good for my people. Have you any proof of your deeds?
Oh.
We definitely looted them.
Yeah, we looted them. Didn't he have a magical axe or something like that?
Yeah, he did.
Well, we do have his axe.
I think it was an amulet, I'm not sure. But yeah, he did have some personal items.
No, I actually think it was an axe, wasn't it? Because it was like specially adorned and stuff. I think you said this was very unique.
Yeah.
And it was too big for me to use.
Yeah, because it was for human sized.
Yes. In any case, you have a couple of his possessions, yeah. And
yeah, the rest of you will probably see me stop and look around and talk out into the air, probably.
Oh dear, he's finally lost it, hasn't he?
think we could probably ride the gong to a certain point of this cavern.
Like, you should just say sled.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and then we just tie it to the big dog thing.
I will point out that all of this seems a little bit disrespectful for an ancient artifact. I feel like that we should respect it a little.
Well, so some of you are examining the gong, yes? And Lizar is in conversation with the voice in his head. Basically, the voice tells you to gather everybody who was involved in this and any proof you have that it was the chieftain that you killed.
Well, I'll call out everyone. Well, at least the party.
Yes. No need to call for the...
I take one more slide before I join the party.
Okay, so after a while, you gather around the worm altar. And
Can I ask you who you are?
yeah,
Are you the god of the barbarians? Or are you the gods of dragons?
no, he is. He just says he is the spirit of the great worm.
Oh,
Fancy.
Okay, everyone has moved. What did I miss?
Did you hear about the voice in Lizar's head?
Yes, but not what it said.
It's
Well,
we killed the chieftain.
yeah, and I called everyone over to the altar.
Because the voice wanted to, I guess, look at us.
So yeah, you gather around the altar and present the personal belongings that you looted from Wormblood's body. And all of you will hear the voice now. It says, "Ah, yes, that is the seal of the chieftain. You have done my tribe a great service from ridding us of his evil presence. Allow me to show my gratitude to you."
Lizard isn't going crazy.
Of course I'm not.
A giant sand worm is talking to us. I'm so happy. Or the ghost of a giant worm.
Yeah. But what do you mean he was evil?
I could sense that his spirit was tainted.
Well, that's unfortunate.
By what exactly?
Evil?
Yeah.
Impure thoughts.
Yeah, something like that. He was not a just leader. He was greedy and rash.
And orange. Sorry.
In any case, all of you find somewhere on your clothing a small charm appearing.
What is this?
And you hear the voice a final time telling you, I have granted you a boon of mine.
We thank you, Great Spirit.
Yeah. What does it
It
do?
is a boon of restoration. And what it does is pretty much, it has 6 charges, and you can use those to cast lesser or greater restoration.
Nice.
Sweet.
Is it 1 charge for lesser, 2 charge for greater?
2 charges for lesser and 4 for greater.
Okay.
Oh. Well, still a free greater restoration is not bad.
So once all 6 charges have been used up, it will vanish.
Cool.
And basically all of the barbarians saw this happen. Are suddenly a lot more respectful towards you.
They don't hate us anymore.
And they will now allow you to take allow you to take the relic. They couldn't have done anything about it anyway, but they will not be offended if you take the relic.
Right.
So, as for the gong, does somebody want to examine it?
I would like to gong it.
Oh yeah. If you weren't doing it, I would.
Okay.
I'll just hit it with my hand. My hand is awesome enough.
Eh?
Okay, so you gong it. And the people that live in this cavern, the gong has been struck for centuries now. And it is very loud and rumbly.
Oh,
And-
this might have been a bad
Oh,
idea to do on a
no.
mountain.
All of the cave starts vibrating and shaking. And a couple of the
Ah.
icicles come down, but everybody can avoid falling free.
Well, I'll point fingers at Mika. She did it.
I think it's obvious by the way I'm standing next to the thing with my hand up.
Well, I will be ready to run out if it starts collapsing.
That was awesome.
It doesn't seem to be that it would start collapsing. It is thick walls. Just a couple of the icicles drop. And also, after the noise has stopped, you can still hear some rumbling noises. But those are pretty much not the ones from the gong. They should have stopped by now.
Are they from the ground, like beneath?
Yes,
or
they
thing?
are.
Oh dear.
I'm guessing my Marauder is going like a cat on a hot plate right now.
Yeah, pretty much. He can. I think he has tremor sense at least.
His blind sense is something akin to tremor sense and ultrasound combination of that. They
Yeah,
don't really
so
have that.
The Marauder will probably be the first to notice then.
Okay, that's a bad idea.
I guess maybe should have tried it on the ship.
And by now you should be familiar with burrowing animals that occur in the frozen wilds.
Well, I would actually like to flap my wings a couple of times and perch on top of the gong.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's definitely not going to come out right at the gong.
Well, I will be on top of the gong.
Well, good thing the gong is actually pretty large. So
Smart.
hopefully it cannot swallow the whole gong at the time.
Well, what emerges are what you would expect to emerge.
Purple worms?
Puppies?
Unicorns and rainbows.
No, no purple worms actually.
Remoruses?
Yep. 3 young ones.
Oh god, I felt one was difficult enough.
Well, the one that you fought wasn't at
Yes.
Ah,
Young ones aren't too bad. I mean, I almost killed one with a thunder wave.
Heh.
Yeah, like I said.
Aw, they're so organized.
And you can see where they emerge, there seems to be a small cave below the ground where they nested.
Maybe they just wanna perform a dance.
And something disturbed them just.
Yeah. I definitely should have let Lazar hit this guy.
Remoruses aren't animals, are they?
Think
Hey,
are monstrosities, but let me quickly.
Oh dear.
I should have known somebody would strike the gong. I really should have.
Yes, you should have. I have a history of hitting gongs.
Yeah, remoruses are monstrosities.
because I was gonna be like, oh, hold, but no, I can't, because they are not animals.
I
Hello?
hear background noise from Philip. I assume it's fixed.
yeah, we hear him now.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Maybe.
I can.
Good.
Yay!
Just in time to combat.
Nice.
Yes,
With more Remoras.
I hit a gong.
Hey. Long.
Yeah, that was a gong. We had to hit it.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
What
It
had the
had
gong
this
ever done
big,
to you?
it had this big sign on it saying "hit me."
Are you pretty sure it wasn't Are you sure it wasn't the post-it note that someone who hates gongs had put in on it?
This is
How
not
would I know?
as bad as the time when Sam Pepe hit the gong in the orc cave. Let's just be honest about that. This is not as bad.
No, I'm just waiting for the character sheet to load.
Oh, right. I thought of something funny.
Hmm?
I improved my initiative by 1. Because initiatives are ability checks, so guidance works.
True.
Oh. I put on my music and then it stopped, and I realized, oh, my parents might be eating dinner in the other home because I'm leeching off from their Spotify.
Hmm.
Now I'm sad.
Tragic.
Yes,
music
I can.
for you.
I can't listen to Popeda.
Oh god.
What?
Seriously? That's your
Yeah.
background music for this?
Well, it was what I had coming next on my playlist. But yeah, I don't think we have anyone who would represent Kersti Karolina.
You know. And also, how old are you? Like 50?
Fuck you! I can listen to music that's like older than I am, or something around that.
True. True.
Like my playlist is like a mess of everything. It's like you look at the first one and they're like, oh, okay, so it's like techno and like electro. And they're like, then you look down, it's like, oh, okay, it's now we're getting to like, what, electro house and stuff like that. Now there's Nightwish. Then suddenly,
Now I'd like to know if Lam or Lazar have the higher
I'm gonna
I
guess
assume
it's
Lazar.
I'm guessing too, but
Plus
who knows?
4.
Yeah, I only have a +3.
Okay, so Lazar goes first.
What a surprise.
Um,
Is more dexterous than the sorcerer.
yeah,
For
well,
sure.
I'll delay until either they have engaged us or one of our party has engaged them.
Okay, so you are waiting for a sneak attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's Lam.
Is that 3 Remorases?
3 young ones.
Okay. I was like, why?
If there were not young ones, you would have noticed.
Those I hit the goal.
Okay.
I was
How?
thinking about replacing them with a purple worm, but
Mm,
I didn't want to wreck the cave.
mm. No, but this worked somewhat the last time. We'll just do it again. I think.
Oh yes. Obviously, the size proportion to the grid on the map is completely wrong, but it doesn't matter.
How big are they?
They are large.
Okay, so I can still grab them all in a 20 feet radius, I think.
Yeah.
Cool, that's that. It's gonna be placed
Oh
on
yeah,
them.
that's one that works. That is true.
Yes. 'Cause then I can boop them. So first, yeah, they
So
need to make Constitution and no Strength saving throws.
Oh, yay, more noise.
Yes.
oh yes, and it's very loud and echoey. So
Mm-hmm.
all of you are going to have fun with it. Okay, so strength saving throws,
Yes.
3 of them.
At DC 17. Okay.
Okay, one
Okay,
of
so
them
the
makes it.
first-
The other
first
two
one-
take the bludgeoning damage.
I think it's just halved. Give me a second. Or is it just? Oh no, it's
Yeah.
negates it entirely. Yep. So okay,
Okay.
you can poop.
Why does it say strength saving throw?
Because he fucked up.
Hmm?
You haven't fixed your saving throw.
Well, we all know it's dexterity.
It's not Dex.
Oh, it says strength and
It's a strength because it's not a snowball.
Then we're all wrong and Axu's right.
It's a storm sphere. That's why it's shit damage on the place. And then-
Yeah, but the sphere thing that you can do is a ranged spell attack. It's not a.
But that's
No,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah, but this is not. I'm not booping them yet. This is just the fact that they're standing in the middle of the storm.
When they are standing in the sphere, they have to make a strength saving throw, do bludgeoning damage, and the
Oh.
lightnings are touch attack.
Lightning is an attack.
which they did.
I have a separate button for that. Which I will then boink the one that took 11 damage. Like that.
You'll boink it.
Yes.
Don't.
Yes. My ball will boink it. Fuck you.
No.
It must be Friday.
Ballsy.
It is.
Okay, Okay, so the lightning bolt is for the one who took more damage, yes? Okay,
And that's my turn because
it will hit because it's still in the sphere, so you have advantage, and it would have hit anyway
yeah,
because-
a lot of AC to be honest. If it the first one.
because its armor class is 14. Good.
I have a 75% chance of hitting it.
Then it is Mika's turn.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to do a thing where I jump into the sphere and then get out of it after I've been pooping the things a little bit, because I don't want to take the bludgeoning damage.
You only take it if you remain in the sphere.
Yeah,
Well,
if I end my
I will-
turn there. Which is why I need to do ding ding ding.
Why don't you just move to the edge of the sphere and hold your action until they come to you?
Yeah, I don't think they want to be in the sphere.
I guess that makes sense actually. I'm just gonna wait at the edge of that.
Okay.
Which is weird.
That way you'll also keep them in the sphere.
Yeah.
That is correct. Okay, Dane
Yes.
is probably
Hmm?
Are you also camping on the edge of the sphere?
Yes. My marauder dashes me forward because I was so far away.
Yeah.
But he stops at the edge of the sphere, and I cast Fairy Fire on the three of them.
Okay.
Why is there no save there? What the fuck?
I have a question.
Yes.
How much would it hurt a Remorash if I dropped another Remorash on top of the Remorash?
That is a good question.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the fact that I picked up telekinesis.
I imagine it would depend on how high you drop it, the other one from.
Okay, what if I just like smack it with it?
Are you strong enough?
No, the
Wait,
telekinesis.
Telekinesis is my
Telekinetic
charisma. So it's like, am I charismatic enough?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out if you do it.
Yeah. It'd be amusing.
There we go.
Although then you'd have to drop your sphere.
I can tell you
Yeah.
that the Remorazes would not take the fire damage from the heated body.
I can see your reasoning behind that. I still disagree, but purely because I want to deal as much damage to them as possible.
Okay. So 3 DC 11 dex saves
Okay.
because I suck.
Fail. Says and fail. So
Ah.
the one in the middle refuses to glow, the others don't.
I refuse to become a Christmas tree.
They
Do you have a
refuse to
special
become
color in mind,
vampires.
or is it random?
Hmm?
Do you have a certain color in mind, or is it random?
Oh, it's just like small bits of like purpley like glitter, basically. It's like fairy lights that you get inside of caverns.
Oh. Okay, so you have advantage on attacking the ones on the sides.
So yeah, hey Pia, take your action.
No, I declared until they got into melee.
You can still just say fuck it.
Yeah, not Pathfinder.
Well, I guess I'll shoot at one of the glowing ones.
Okay. I advise the rightmost one, that is the most.
Well, then I'll shoot at that.
And happens to be glowy.
Isn't the one that didn't take any damage the only one that's not glowing as well?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it. Obviously,
And my bonus action, I'll shoot one more.
that is pretty good actually. Wise.
Sadly, it doesn't get the 26 sneak attack damage.
Yes, that would have been good, but it's still a total of 35.
You rolled 4 6s.
Mhm.
And yeah, that one looks pretty damaged now.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I can only do one sneak attack per turn, but oh my god, if I could do more.
It would have survived the second one, but it would have been in a very, very bad.
Yeah,
I just have to do this. Ash.
Hang on, why are there 2 burrs in the initiative?
I think that it's only 2 bursts for you. The burr in our initiative has 6.
yeah.
Oh,
I also
okay.
D6.
I will remove that one. Then it is their turn. Well, the one nearest. Well, they all are going to try and move out of the sphere, obviously.
Are they going to try and move past us?
Well, Mika is obviously going to get an attack of opportunity because she's camping the sphere.
Remember,
My-
it's difficult terrain, so
Yeah.
They don't give a shit, I think.
I'm also holding my attack.
Yes, so you have an attack of opportunity and you can take her action.
Okay. So bow. Bow.
Also, you have advantage because that's a glowy.
Oh, that's good. Wait, how many was that?
3.
So that's my attack of opportunity and then my normal action. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that is.
Yes, so
Do I get my bonus action?
I do believe so.
No.
No?
That's what I think.
No, sadly.
Well, then these 3 are the damage that you do, which is
I still think it's really stupid that you don't get to hold your bonus action. Because you're literally just slowing down. Fifth edition.
I like how in GURPS it's just
But
like,
even
yeah,
though they are smaller than the large one that you fought, they are still very hot.
Yay!
And you touched them thrice,
thrice, not
Yes.
twice.
or 3 times.
Thrice is a word.
Yes.
You are going to take a bit of fire damage. 20 points worth.
Dang.
Some. I was
It's almost worse attacking them than it is being attacked by them.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a case that for the young ones, that is actually true. Even though no, it isn't, because
I mean, Mika took 1 more damage than she dealt.
Or, never mind. Yes. Can I say that, on one of those things, I used a key point?
oh yeah,
Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Okay.
Yes, Constitution.
That is a fail, I think.
I believe it is.
So what happens to it?
He's stunned.
It is stunned,
At the end of my next turn, so
so it will not move out of the sphere. You intercept it.
I appreciate.
Are the other two like going the other way, or are they gonna try and get past me?
Well, one will try and get past you, so you can do the same as Mika did now.
All right. Well, two of us are gonna do the same as Mika did now,
Well,
because Bane
I mean,
is there.
both of them will come your way because Marauder is very large
Yes.
and they kind of scatter, but it will be in reach of both of them, so you can either split it up or focus on one.
He only gets one because he used this. He dashed to get there, so he
Yes,
didn't
but
hold an action or anything.
you can either bite the already damaged one or the fresh
Oh, the already damaged one.
one. Okay?
And I am going to swing my sword out at the damaged one as well.
Okay. And the damaged one is also the glowing one, so you get advantage on that.
Yes, I just didn't have my roll 2 activated. But I think 18 hits anyway.
Yes.
Oh,
If
actually,
if you want to possibly crit it, you might want to roll it again.
no.
Okay. Okay, those are 2 hits. The fire damage won't do anything, obviously, but it is still 10.
It's still a long sword, so
Yeah, it does good damage. It is barely alive now. Also, they really are very. So your Marauder is going to take 9 points of damage, and you are going to take 7.
owie.
Okay, one is stunned, the other one scatter. They still have. They have their attacks though. So
They all in the sphere.
they are. Well, this one will leave the
No.
sphere.
Fuck you.
I mean, it will probably be next to the Marauder somewhere, but right outside the sphere. The other two will remain in the sphere.
Okay.
Yes, they will attack the Marauder because you are still on top of the Marauder or not?
I'm still on top of it. I'm riding
So
it like
they
a
will
knight.
attack. They will both. I mean, it's not like they are too small to reach you, but
Even a medium Remoras would be able to reach me because they're worm creatures, aka they are very long.
that is true. Well, let's see. They do not have any advantage or disadvantage, so we have a miss and another miss, so nothing happened. Now it is Burr.
Burr is not currently aware that the party is in combat. He is at the bottom of his sledding hill. However, he is dashing back up because he's planning on sledding again.
I mean, Burr might have heard the noises of.
Yeah, he
Or
would. He would.
Burr might have heard the storm sphere appearing with a loud thundering noise.
Yeah.
Possibly. So halfway
Then-
through my run, it turned to a dash.
Okay.
Where is Derp?
Derp is with the airship.
Okay, so I was scared that Derp was killed immediately after gaining a level.
No. No. I think it was specifically to avoid this. Okay. So you'll be there next. Then we are back to Lizard.
Well, the one that I shot at was still alive.
Yeah. It is very damaged. Then one is stunned and one is only barely damaged and not glowing.
Well, I guess I will shoot at the glowy one. The one that's not damaged much.
That is the stunned one.
Yeah, I'll shoot at that one.
Okay.
And then with my bonus action, I'll shoot at the one that's close to death.
Okay.
Neat.
That is good sneak attack damage.
And against the other one, the one that won't get sneak attacked.
Okay.
They're rolling quite well with your sneak attack today.
Okay, so the already damaged one is now damaged enough to be lethally damaged. The other one isn't, but it was still a good hit.
Well, I guess I will then just wait.
Okay. Okay, Lam. One of the ones in the sphere is still there and stunned. The other one is right outside.
Okay, so let's just do at the start of the turn. It's gonna be the boop from. Why is it asking me? Okay, so it takes 11 damage. The one that's still in.
Okay.
Then I'll also shoot the one that's still in with my bow because I'm so good at that.
Why not with the bolt?
Because that's a bonus action. I can do that as well.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Don't quit your jade job.
And yes, then I will be booping the one that's still in the sphere.
Okay. Stand by while math is happening, please.
We are under attack by math. Please stand by.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
I was listening to that in the bus.
Yes, the stunned one that is still in the sphere is looking very damaged. That is incidentally the one that Mika is standing next to.
Yes, that's why I was attacking it, because my guy is alone compared to Lazar and the massive Bane and Dane.
So we're like right at the edge of this thing, right?
Yeah.
So I can technically stay out of the storm ball and steal the snack.
Oh yeah, sure.
I thought you asked like on the edge of the ice. So it would be glorious if you threw it on the ice and just like berries coming back as like massive Remoras just sliding at him.
Then I'm using a key point for Boop. And please make a dexterity saving throw. Actually, it's
Probably
not
dead.
so. Yeah, probably that though. So it probably flies the far away.
Yeah, I mean, that was 36 damage.
Yeah, I can tell you it's dead. I just need to see if it on the second or third one. The fourth one was just gratuitous.
I forgot it was so dying already. But also, I have a lot of key points. 8. That's a lot. No, I should have 9.
Yeah, so after the second hit, it just goes limp, and you just continue to strike it and push it away, and it flies against the back wall.
Keep forgetting to
Even
update
though-
my key points.
Even though if it is where it is now, the back wall is about 100 feet away.
Yeah. But it's
You just-
ice.
You push it away, and it continues sliding because it's very easy. Also,
It moves
It
away
was
15
alive.
feet.
it was technically alive for 2 hits, so you take the fire damage twice.
Some people would argue that it doesn't cool down in a second.
Yes, but
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
one
do
of these
that.
people. It is 12 additional fire.
Yay. Me.
Okay, so there is only one left. It is outside of the storm sphere and it does not glow.
It's
And
the
it is
champion.
Yep.
Yes, for me, my action, I need you to imagine a specific set of combat scenarios here.
Okay.
Because while I technically can fight on top of Bane, it is a bit weird considering I'm a dwarf on a giant beast, and I'm using a long sword as my weapon.
Yeah, that would cause a couple of reach problems, I think.
Yes. But so what we see as the scuffle happens between Bane, Dane, and this Remoras is that the Remoras is like reaching up to try and bite the Dane, and he bashes it with his shield using his shield master
Okay.
for 29 athletics check.
Ooh, okay. I can tell you now that it won't make that. It's a young one, it won't make that.
On a natural 20.
So, well, only if we rule that a natural 20 is an automatic success on skill checks. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it is-
so not
it is
prone.
prone.
Yes. And then I swipe at it
They're not
with
horses.
advantage.
Yes. Okay.
And I do believe I take 4d6 of fire damage
Yes.
because the shield bash counts as touching.
42, 12.
And then Bane is going to completely tear into it.
Okay. Oh, okay. That all of those are hits, obviously. So is a pretty good chunk of damage. It looked pretty good at start of this. Now it looks very damaged. Or at least damaged. Not very damaged. Damaged enough that it looks damaged.
Yeah. And it's starting to smell like a forge in here,
Yeah.
because that's another 66 fire damage to the poor Bane.
Yes, 23 points. Nothing, I mean, Bane has been through this before. And,
Yeah.
Still hurts.
it will try to retaliate. With a 24. Does that hit Bane?
Bane, yes.
Okay. So he will take.
I am going to cutting words it.
Okay.
And of course it doesn't have it. Actually, no, I'm not gonna cutting words. What am I thinking? I have a D6. I can't reduce that to a non-hit.
Okay. So
Math strikes again.
then it will take. $17 points of piercing damage and another 2d6 of damage. So 21 in total.
No, he's still not even bloodied.
I mean, it's a young one, so
Yeah.
that was to be expected.
But it still does, like, even though it only has one attack, it still does more damage than Bane. And
Yes,
Bane
they
is
are
technically a
fearsome creatures.
Yeah, Bane is technically a scarier creature.
Okay. Burr, meanwhile, has made his way to the battlefield.
Nice.
I am enraged that I have to stop sledding, and I run at the last Ramirez and recklessly attack it twice.
Okay.
Ramirez?
Yes.
The last Ramirez. Oh no.
Yes, this one has a tiny mustache.
You mean a massive mustache?
Is it tiny for us or for?
Tiny for its size.
So
Probably
it's probably
regular.
the size of Burr.
Is that because we know all people named Ramirez has a mustache?
Yes.
Nope.
Obviously.
Yeah, and you can faintly hear the sound in the background of a mariachi band.
Tiny sombrero. That is a hit.
Didn't roll
Even
two
though
for
you-
some reason.
Even though you didn't roll with advantage, but I will take the first damage.
Yeah, ignore the brutal critical.
Yeah. Okay. I think you have a second attack.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
it.
Yeah. More. Yes, it's getting there. It is not moving nearly as fast as it did. and you take 3 points of damage.
I think if Bane ever gets to level up, he's gonna take a level in Barbarian.
Well, you kind of need 3 levels to get the good stuff.
Rage is a rage.
Yeah.
Okay, Lazar.
Yeah, I will pew pew.
Yes, it's not prone anymore, obviously.
But Burr is right next to it, so there's a sneak attack.
Yeah, it is a sneak attack. It's a good sneak, but it doesn't hit. That is a problem. That one does. Might still be enough, hang on. It is! You shoot it dead.
Pew!
Burr immediately goes back to sliding.
Yeah, judging by the people's faces who watched this and fled in terror from the creatures, they had no idea that they were there.
Well, I guess they will have a cave of their own nearby then.
Yes, actually, as you examine the hole that they came out of, there is a small cavern under them.
I guess I will keep eyes out and be flying down.
Okay.
Bane and Dane are like leaning over the holes.
Yeah, it's a smallish chamber, considering that there were 3 young Remorazes in there. It's oval. The walls are smooth and icy smooth. And you can see that scattered on the floor are a couple of shiny things.
Are there any exits?
One leads. There is an exit into what appears to be an underground tunnel that seems to go on for a while.
Well, there's a tunnel here. Maybe we should be checking it out. But there's also something shiny. I do believe it might be valuable. I will be checking it out.
Yes, you recognize that the shinies are actually gemstones, and a fairly good amount of them.
Sweet.
You find 3 black pearls worth 500 gold pieces each.
Someone open the loot, or should I?
You do.
And you find 15 pieces of amber worth 100 gold pieces each.
3 black pearls worth what?
500.
And how much amber?
15 pieces worth 100 gold pieces.
It's a shame you didn't say we found a black pearl, because then I couldn't be saying, we're going out to see mateys.
You already have a ship.
Yeah, but it's not a ghost ship.
Eh.
Doesn't
Or
have
a
an undead
corner.
monkey. Reminds me, I should.
Also,
Technically,
you
it wasn't a
find
ghost ship, it was just cursed.
Fair.
same difference.
Yeah, but then again, like ghost ships are just ships that are cursed.
But yes, true.
You find another thing that looks like a bottle or a flask of some sort.
Well, I will examine it. Does it contain any liquid?
It does. It is water.
Whoa. Wait, what? It's liquid?
Why would they have water in a bottle?
It's not frozen?
Well, let's check. Well, it's
Well, they are pretty warm creatures. Of course, it's not frozen.
let's say it like that. It is a opaque bottle, and if you shake it, you can hear that there is a liquid in it. It has a stopper on.
Well, I guess I will open it and try to take a sniff.
It doesn't smell like anything.
I'll take a small sip.
It's water. It's pretty cold.
Yeah, no surprise about that.
Well chilled.
Well, I guess I want to check if the flask is magical or something. I figure otherwise it should probably be icy. So this might just be keeping water cold.
Or it's the dungeon.
It is indeed magical.
Sweet.
And with all your capabilities of identifying stuff, you will soon find out that this is a decanter of endless water.
Oh, cool.
Sadly, you're not fighting any vampire.
You figure this out by turning it upside down, and the water never ends.
That would be like really evil. Like hide that to someone on someone's like you know, room, like under a bed or something. Just turn it upside down. It's like tie it on the bottom of their bed, and they will always have a wet floor.
What's mean?
Or like,
Well, I found this decanter of water.
That's nice.
It's magical, so we will always have a supply of water now.
Oh, those are quite nice.
But there was a tunnel. Maybe we should be checking it out.
Are you sure it's not just how the buggers got into the cavern to begin with?
Possibly, but it might link to some other place.
Well, I think these people might want us to leave soon, even though we got a happy thing from their snake god spirit voice.
Yeah, sure. Well, I will try closing my eyes and just listening if I can hear something from the tunnels. Well, the tunnel.
Well, you spend a bit of time listening into the tunnel and don't hear anything really. It does look like they just came into this cavern through there. It looks like a tunnel that was left behind after they buried in there.
Well, it does look like they dug this tunnel.
Yeah.
But I figure they might be linked up somewhere. But yeah,
I don't think
we
have time.
could also leave.
Yeah. Bane is already heading down into the hole, but not to explore it, but to collapse that tunnel so there isn't any other nasties.
Oh. Well, I was actually going to suggest to these that if they wanted, they could be using it as a secondary cavern for their tribe.
Well, they will still have the little cavern, but the tunnel will be closed, just so that since we don't know where it goes, nasties can't come in. And if they want to explore it, they can just clear it, which will take a few days, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, they could probably build a lift and then travel back and forth.
I need the toilet.
Yeah, I would actually suggest that we had a 5-minute bio,
Okay.
because I need a toilet break too.
Guess I should probably take a smoke then, and another cup of coffee.
Why is Player Unknown's Battlegrounds being suggested as an MMO for me in Steam? That makes zero sense.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
You can get the original XCOM from Steam. Interesting.
The original XCOM? I think I have
Yeah.
that one.
Like ages before me.
I have UFO Defense, Terror from the Deep, Apocalypse, Interceptor, and Force on Enemy Unknown.
Yeah, you have like the first. Yeah, I think there's a UFO Defense, that's the first one, and Terror from the Deep was the second one. Which is actually because they're doing kind of what they're doing with XCOM and XCOM 2, like the franchise. They're kind of doing a reboot and they're following with like the old one, so the next one will be effectively remade Terror from the Deep, which is pretty cool.
Meep meep.
Maybe.
But yeah, I bought. I don't remember if it was a Humble Bundle or something like that, but I got like all of them except for XCOM 2.
Oh, right. Coffee.
Meep.
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 I nearly fell to my death like the graceful little gazelle I am.
Okay.
This sounds funny and worrying at the same time.
Honestly, it was just because I wasn't paying attention to the stairs and my slippers slipped.
Isn't that what they do?
It's not what they're supposed to do. They're called slippers because they're easy to slip on.
We like actually we have a very joke only works in Finnish, but our family calls them kusiluikkarit.
That sounds great.
Also, I was gonna do a much dirtier joke. At least at least if you slip, no one slide.
No. No.
Do you even know what that means, Axu? I mean, honestly, do you?
It's one of those things that like I might not I don't actually know it like that directly, but it's like one of I just know. You know, but you don't. I'm not aware of the actual meaning because I'm too young for this shit. But then again, it's like, you know, how do you not know that?
As you said, you're too young for this shit.
Yeah, but there are the two kinds of knowing. There is the you are aware, and then there's the you know.
And
That
then
was
there's
so zen and so.
there's always logical deduction.
That involves logic. That's
Well,
not happening.
how about intuition? You intuitively understand dirty jokes. That makes sense.
Yes, it would, because he's a teenager.
Yeah, but you have to realize that for me to also understand the joke, it also means it has to be exceptionally bad.
This slip and slide joke is pretty bad.
Yeah, but it's no.
I mean, I think it's from Fight Club I first heard it. Or maybe not. It's from a movie that came out in about that time. That's as much as I remember.
What quote was it?
You slip and I slide.
I don't remember.
Well, I think we are all back.
Yeah.
I don't know, Toad's still here.
I have first-hand information that he's dying.
Okay.
That doesn't sound too pleasant.
What? How you come about this information?
He told me that he's dying now because he has had a migraine and he took a medicine.
Oh.
In other news, I'm convinced Steam is trying to get me back into Eve. It's failing. I'm happy. But it's like, browse through this, by the way, Eve. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna browse through here. It's like, here, recommended for you, Eve. So, no.
I really need to buy a Vorian at some point.
Yeah, to buy what?
A Vorian.
Oh, I think I got that in my like. That was also one of those things. Hey, here, would you like this? Wasn't it like space building?
Yeah, it's a very Eve-esque, but you get to build your own ship.
Yeah, I looked at it. I guess I had it in like the discovery queue.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's pretty
it
fun,
looks very similar.
but I can't play multiplayer because all I have is a cracked copy, and I really want the new version because you can now build your own fighters.
Mm.
Which is like, oh my god, that is amazing! I can design little tiny things that fly around.
Mm. I giggle when anyone says Eve-ish, like Eve-isk, because it's like, you know, I know what you mean by looking at it, but
It's
then
it's a 4x space.
yes, but the thing is, like, there is really no such thing as Eve-ish game.
No.
Just thing with Eve
I
is the,
should probably say it's more like the X series.
yeah, maybe, because like, yeah, like, real game in Eve isn't like the actual game. Real game in Eve is sitting in TeamSpeak while playing Eve.
Speaking of,
Yes.
you have looted the small cavern where the Ramarazes were hibernating, and you are about to remove the gong, because you assume that this was the relic.
Yes. I mean, using detect magic, is it magical?
It is not magical,
Hmm.
but you can examine it, and as a dwarf who knows his history,
Yes.
you will recognize that this. Well, first of all, this used to be a piece of a larger object.
Hmm.
As far as you can see, that this has been a part of a shield, because
Is it made from adamantium?
no, it is actually fairly large dragon scales bolted to copper.
Is it giant sized?
If it was a whole shield, then yes, it would.
Right.
Like I said, it looks like it has been broken off. So yeah, the make and the size of it make you assume that this has been part of a shield that belonged to a giant.
Right. Oh, I guess we unhinge it from its posts and I don't know.
It is held up. It is held up in a stone frame, suspended by 2 ropes, which are easy to cut.
Oh, I was thinking we just undo the ropes and use those ropes to put it onto the Marauder.
Oh yeah, that would work.
Because he's the only one who's big enough to actually carry that thing.
Yeah, it's fairly heavy. It is 250 pounds.
I can lift that.
Yeah, well, I will be the supervisor who oversees and coordinates.
No offense, but Dane isn't the measuring stick for light or heavy objects. He distorts the statistics. Okay,
Oh, at least he isn't as bad as Heron.
well, yeah.
That's it. That's like you have pneumonia. Yeah, like cool. At least I don't have cancer. It's like, yeah, sure. The lungs are still fucked.
Fair. All of the Monday group is pretty OP. But yeah, you load it up, You load the shield up. Proceed to leave the cavern, I assume.
Wishing the tribe good luck in their endeavors.
Don't get killed. Or do, we don't really give a shit.
Okay, so you return to your airship. The kobolds looking, see that you're returning, so they pretty much get ready to lift off. And on board, you stash away the fragment, the shield fragment somewhere, and then you decide where to go next.
Well, I would suggest that we go to Raven Rock, and on the way we will do a rest. Probably a long rest considering the distance.
Yes, even though it's an airship, it will still take a.
It's pretty old.
Not nearly as long as if you were on foot, but it's maybe 2 or 3 days.
Actually, the distance is still the same.
Yes, but you're moving faster, and you don't need to. Actually, no, the distance is not the same.
Well,
You would have to avoid mountains and hills that you can just fly over.
Well, it's only about 30 feet.
Yeah. I don't know why you take days and weeks to get everywhere. I don't...
Yeah, you can dash there and back.
You must be tiny.
because yes, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Again.
And what other things there are?
Yeah.
Did you do it deliberately?
No,
What?
he did not.
Well, then it's okay.
Oh god.
Well, you travel, take a long rest, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You have enough time. You can see, actually, during one of the days of your travels, you can see a floating castle in the distance. But either they ignore you or they don't spot you. They are not following you.
How can you not spot the fucking airship?
It has a cloaking device.
AKA, someone casted invisibility on it.
No, because it is an object.
GM bullshit.
Well, no.
They're just terrible.
Maybe someone is wearing the airship, well, and then someone casted invisibility on whoever was wearing the airship.
If you can carry the airship, invisibility.
Yeah, sure. Of course. There's a dragon. That's
Because rule bullshit.
because it's actually just like it actually just has a dragon in it that's just flying. And someone casted invisibility on that dragon.
Oh god.
This is glorious.
Now
this
I
is-
want
this is
an
the-
alchemical dragon. Because that's essentially just a flying airship that looks like a dragon.
But this already look like a dragon.
No, I would look more like a demon.
Yeah. But we have kobolds.
Yes, they're tiny dragons.
Mm. And pretty useless as far as dragon creatures go.
Yeah. By the
So-
way, I really like playing kobolds. They're super fun.
Yes, I like kobolds as well. Much more than goblins, actually.
I can just feel Toad's disappointment in you.
I have no fondness for either of them, really.
So after
Sorry.
2 or 3 days, you can see that, or you notice that the airship is losing altitude
On purpose?
on purpose. Yes,
That's good.
you probably would have to have scared off a couple of large birds or any other flying things. Try to perch on the balloon and risk popping it. So
Yeah, we don't want a Hinderberg on our hands.
but on the whole, the journey has been very quiet. And you arrive at the Raven Rock, or at least near it. After, like I said, 2 or 3 days. Also located in the spine of the world. Also pretty chilly. This time, not in a cavern, but on the surface, is this Spirit Mound. And from above, you can see that there is a statue on top that looks like a carved bird, but also there is a shape on the mound that is roughly wolf-shaped.
That's not a raven.
Very, very roughly.
What? It's a penguin.
Wait, where? Oh, yeah, there.
Yeah, the statue.
Yeah.
The statue looks more like a penguin.
That's not a raven.
To me, it looks like something made on the Atari. Oh, no, it loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a penguin.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can just see it do those penguin movements.
Flapping.
Waddling.
Yeah, waddling.
Waddling. And swimming, but not flying. Waddle, waddle. Water, water.
Also, you might want to do either history or some sort of investigation.
Sure. Because I totally have things in that.
No, you don't need to.
I
I
think
did not read this book.
I think my +9 is a pretty good indicator here.
Yeah. Yeah, so Lamond Lazar, you notice or you realize obviously the Raven Rock is a spiritual site for the Black Raven tribe. Dane, as more of a historian and experienced with all things going on in the north, you realize that this is actually 2 burial sites. One like I said, belonging to the Black Ravens, and the other one belonging to the Grey Wolves.
Makes sense.
if I remember correctly, we have run into not the live ones, but dead grey wolves.
I think it was on a battlefield
Yes.
with a couple of dead giants around as well.
Yes. And we took a helmet to use as a cooking pot or something.
Yeah.
Rispesco. What the fuck? That's not a word.
Max language is getting worse.
Yep.
When did you wake up today?
A reasonable time at 11,
Uh,
not 40 minutes ago.
like me. No, wait, I woke up. It's actually 2 hours and 40 minutes ago.
I hate you all. I got up at 6.
Around 1.
It's your fault for having a life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And not having, like, absurd sleeping issues and insomnia.
Well, I do have sleeping issues.
You don't get enough of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Good to bed earlier.
Well, when I do that, I still spend several hours trying to fall asleep. Usually all sorts of things go through my mind.
Start having background music. It helped me a lot. Anyway, shit, my brain's not functioning. I'm trying to.
Do we see any people?
You don't see any people.
Should we investigate the penguin statue?
What is the closest statue?
Well, you probably land somewhere on the right side of the map, so the Raven statue is probably the nearer one.
I guess we'll go to the Raven statue, and I will keep an eye open for possible traps.
Okay.
In a burial ground?
I mean, pyramids.
Well, you never know.
Well, the statue itself is 100 feet tall.
I feel like every time I don't say that I'm looking for traps, I end up running into one.
Well, that was just the Indiana Jones trap last week.
Yeah.
Which was then so
Amazing.
quickly solved, and yes, glorious.
It was the best.
It hurts.
Sparks.
But yeah, the Raven statue is 100 feet tall. Surrounding it are 4 50 feet tall stone spires. And also what appears to be some sort of perches for birds.
Yeah. They look about rock-sized.
Yes, either very large birds or multiple.
I mean, that's easy to see. How thick are the cross beams?
The cross beams aren't very thick, so it probably is meant for multiple smaller birds.
Right. Because I'm just saying, if this was a gathering spot for rocks, I would have been like, nope.
Probably smart, but we're not scared of tiny little birds.
Yep.
Yes, also in the distance you can see that where you could see the approximate wolf shape, there is also an altar there. it's much smaller, obviously. It is still there.
So we're trying to get another relic here, right?
Yes, from what you know, is that the tribes buried or used the burial sites of giants for their own. So it stands to reason that there is a giant relic on each burial mound.
Right. So, would I know what this relic might be, being a avid historian, arcanist, and religious nutcase?
Well, let's see.
Not gay.
I mean, that's what you get when you have religion expertise.
You could try to make an educated guess, yes.
Using which one?
I think history would probably be
Right.
Oh no. Oh no.
well, it's difficult to say with giants.
What the fuck?
You look
But
confused.
considering you just found a piece of a large ass shield, it would be likely that it's also pieces of old giant weapons and armor.
Well, I was hoping to maybe know exactly what was lying here so I could just use locate objects.
Yeah, no, that's probably not the... You're probably not sure what exactly is there. You can make an educated guess that it's near the statue and or near the altar.
Yeah.
I will be touching the statue,
Okay.
trying to make it
Talk.
Kong.
I'll be using detect magic.
Anything that looks like remotely like a button, I will be poking.
There is no button, but as you detect magic, you can sense an aura of conjuration magic from the ground just in front of the statue.
What is this? I would say as I walk over to it and start inspecting moving snow, stuff like that.
Yeah, it comes directly from the ground, so as if something is buried.
Yes.
I'm in a
so
weird mood.
I start digging.
Yeah. The ground is very frozen solid, so it's gonna take a while, unless your Marauder helps you.
Yeah, I think he will. He will just like use his like giant middle claws, like I don't know, like what are they called? Fucking digging machines.
Excavator.
Yes.
Okay, so you dig around the spot, and after a while, you find a ring that looks like it's made out of hardened magma.
Mm.
And also, it looks like it was made for a very large finger.
Surprisingly.
Well, I will identify it.
Yeah, so it is attunable, and it will magically shrink to any creature's normal finger size. Basically, it has 6 charges, and on the expansion of 1 charge, you can cast Conjure Minor Elementals, which you can use to conjure either Magma Mephits or Magmins.
Ah,
Also, you could use 1 charge to cast Fire Shield.
it's a fancy little ring.
The charges will not recharge. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Oh. So it's a really shitty ring.
Or a very, very old one.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll attune it to make it smaller. And then immediately unattune to it.
Okay.
Just so we can carry it. Well, that was easy. I wonder if there's anything down by the wolf. Shall we have a look?
So you proceed to the stone altar by the wolf. As you climb down the ledges, or move towards the wolf altar, yeah, you notice something. There are birds in the sky. Eight of them. They look like ravens, but they are large.
Are they large ravens?
They are giant ravens, in fact. They are flying circles. They don't seem to be aggressive. But you didn't notice them before.
I shall cast Speak with Animals. And shout up to them, Oi!
You shout to them. They seem to be ignoring you.
Said, Oi! Car, motherfucker, car!
They just continue circling. You can make out some mutterings of always watching, always watching.
I do the I look at the others and do the tonking at your temple. And it's like, no, they're not same. Or as one of my heroes always say, Romans, they're not quite up here.
They just continue saying, always watching, remembering.
Right.
But other than that, they're not aggressive, and they don't make a sound, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just going to ask them, like, a few things, but if they're not willing to talk or something, then... Anyway, I'm gonna do my Detect Magic routine as we get down to the wolf statue.
Yes, there is indeed a faint aura here as well. Let me just clean. Yeah, this comes from right below the altar.
Height. What type of aura is it?
Let me quickly get up.
Also, I should point out that I'm doing these as rituals, so... It's taking a while, but at least
Yeah.
I don't spend spell points.
I assumed you do these as rituals.
Yeah.
You're not in a hurry.
Nope.
Well, I believe it's also conjuration magic. I might be wrong though.
There's
Oh,
no magic.
I'm sorry, it's transmutation magic.
Okay, there's no magic coming from the altar itself, right?
No, it's coming from below the altar.
Just checking, because if there was, that would mean that it was consecrated and I wouldn't touch it. But since there isn't, then I might actually try to move it and get to whatever is below it.
Give me a athletics. You can move it on your own. It will be easier if somebody helps you. Would take a while if you do it alone, but you are able to actually move it.
I mean, if no one does help me, then I will just do it by myself.
Help it.
I can always attempt to help.
Well, that would just give me an advantage, and in that case, give me a 30. Actually, a 31. I've rolled a 1 3 times in a row on
No.
the guidance.
That
You
D4 does not like you.
No, you should just like try to like edit the sheet. Like I'm pretty sure you can do some like local edits to the sheet. Just have it to roll 1d4 for every time you do an ability check or skill check.
Well, the problem is I can only do it if I have an action that I
okay.
can spend to do it. If I don't, then
Okay.
I can't do it. So usually it's only out of combat and stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, so you remove the altar enough so that you're confident that you can burrow into the ground enough that you can uncover whatever is lying beneath.
Yes.
And after a bit of digging, you find what looks like a bowl.
Does it have runes on it?
Upon closer examination, this is not a humanoid bone, and parts of it have been wrapped in old leather, giving it the appearance of some sort of a crude club. And yeah, it's actually a dragon's thigh bone that has been used as a great club by a giant.
It's a good use of a dragon bone. Light but strong.
Well, light. It's like the shield. It's 14 feet long and 250 pounds heavy. But it is magical, so you can identify it. It is basically a magic great club that will resize to the size of its wearer, and it deals an extra 2d8 damage whenever it hits a dragon.
A dragon bane great club.
Yes.
Made out of a dragon.
It is the weapon of a giant, it makes sense.
Yes. I would guess this thing is fucking expensive if we sold it.
Possibly.
But yeah, I do the same routine. I attune to it just to shrink it down, and then unattune to it immediately.
This is smart.
Okay. So you pack up. You have ransacked the 2 burial mounds for the giant items.
Yes.
And you didn't see any opposition apart from a couple of ravens muttering that they are watching you and remembering you.
Mm.
Which might be slightly unsettling, but not really any particular consequence to you.
Not really, no, but I'm still gonna shout up to them the reason why we're here, just so they know.
Okay.
FIY.
Yes. Come, motherfucker, come!
Yeah, they totally understand what you meant by that.
He can't speak with them.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you speak with animals and then yell, call, motherfucker, call, I don't think they still understand.
I mean, call motherfucker car is a joke. I don't remember where it's from, but it's a stand-up comedian, if I remember correctly.
Caw, motherfucker.
Okay, so you make your way back to the airship unmolested,
Yes.
and as you decide where you go next, we will end for today. Also, you will probably, because the next, well, depending on where you go, the next waypoint might be a bit longer traveling time. You can have a closer look at all of the relics, and you can work out a couple of things from them.
They seem to have belonged to the same person.
No, but they seem to represent several of the giant types. Because the ring made of magma obviously belonged to a fire giant. The Great Club is usually a weapon favored by the hill giants, and the make of the shield fragment reminds you of Frost.
I would have thought the club was stone giant, because they also favor clubs. Usually like large stalactites.
Yeah, but it's basically a crude bone wrapped with leather. It just says it says hill
I was
giant.
made by a dum-dum.
I mean, it doesn't say hill giant as much as just a tree trunk.
Well,
He's got a point.
That's like the number one weapon for a hill giant is just an uprooted youngling tree.
well, you have to use what you can get.
Well, some of them might be like a little bit smarter and capable of sort of creating weapons that are a little bit better than tree trunk.
Oh yes, sometimes they tie a large boulder to the root part.
I think Max has too much faith in giants.
I'm not shitting you when I say that I actually know quite a bit about giant weaponry.
I'm just trying to give the hill giants the benefit, but yes.
Don't. Hill giants are just dumb.
Yeah.
Aren't hill giants the ones where the boss is the one who wants to eat?
Yes.
The chief of the hill giants intends to become the greatest of all giants by literally becoming the greatest of all giants.
I mean, can't argue with that logic.
Yeah. At least she's not a. Oh, what are they called? It's not Firbolg. It's. Where is it? No, it's a relative to the Firbolg. I can't remember.
Edson?
No. It's a very uncommon giant. But the special thing about them is that they live in family groups, and sometimes the matriarch of the family gets struck by a great curse that makes her eat and eat and eat and eat, and all of the rest of the family are compelled to just feed her. And I can't remember what happens exactly, but it's a really bad time whenever that curse strikes. But I also think in like a side story about them, the matriarch has literally become so big that the rest of the family have to move her around by rolling her.
Well, she's easy to beat then.
No, because they are always great spellcasters.
Oh.
Yes.
I have a problem.
What?
I was messing around with the wallpaper engine, and I found a wallpaper that's a BB-8 that follows my cursor, and now I'm just playing around with it. This.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
Yeah, it just rolls around like follows.
Is it a Windows 10 feature?
No, wallpaper engine. €4 in Steam. So, yeah, very good.
Yeah. To have a BB-8 that follows your cursor around, yeah, quite worth $4.
Yeah.
Oh god, why couldn't I have woken up when I was supposed to?
Because that would have been too easy.
Still so tired though that it's very likely that I'm gonna go to bed again in like, an hour, maybe, tops. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm also completely exhausted.
I posted it in media dump. It's glorious. And I still have another monitor to play with, so I can just like put something else there.
Well, did we load up the stuff we'd found?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I shrunk it, I pretty much just put it in my bag of holding.
Yeah, those two were magical items that fit the size of the user. Next time you will either visit more of the spirit mounds or return to the oracle. But we will see.
Yep.
How many of these do we need?
Well, you have recognized that these relics are probably represent most, if not all, of the giant races.
So we need 6.
Well, you don't need 6, but
6
if
would
you
be
had
good.
one of each, you can gather information of all of them.
Yeah.
Because how it will work is you can ask questions about the giants that you have relics for.
Right. Well, thanks for today's session, but I'm probably gonna bugger off now, start chilling out, and get ready to go back to bed.
I'm actually going to have a snack and then I'm going to bed as well.
I'm gonna have a snack and then I'm gonna bug a friend about Factorio.
Yeah, I actually think I won't get a snack. I'll just crash.
You guys are so boring.
Anyway, bye bye.
Like,
Bye.
Yeah, have a good night.
Okay.
I'm in a weird mood. But also, I'm going away now.
Okay. See ya.
Okay.